Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
Okay, yung check-in time natin ngayon, anong oras lang po mga kababayan? Na 2 minutos. Okay, pasado alas 8 na. Alas 8 na. Ang araw ngayon, gabi po ng Friday mga suki mga kababayan, no? Biyernes. Okay, 19 ng Enero po 2024. Okay, dito naman tayo sa news natin. Unahin natin si Tarhat Abdul Karim. Okay, balita niya galing po sa BARM government, no? Okay, kung saan-saan ng sa area niya, sa area of responsibility. Okay, pakinggan natin po si Tarhat Abdul Karim, no? Okay, dito naman tayo sa programa Halo-Halo Special, Opinion, Balita at iba pa. Kasama sa Bisyo Publiko, Tinig ng Mamamayan. And then, Sumbungan ng Mamamayan, no? Okay, magandang gabi. Good evening. Okay, greeting natin. Okay, international greeting po. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, no? Okay, Tarhata. Ayan. Okay, Tarhata. Mag-intro ka na.
Hello?
Mag-intro ka na. Okay na. Okay, narinig mo ako?
Yes, on air na.
Okay, ikaw na muna. Kasi mahabang report mo, umuwi ka pa sa kabilang Rio Grande po dyan sa Cotabato City, no? So, okay, galing sa syudad, pupunta pa sila sa kanilang tahanan. Okay, lagpas po ng Rio Grande mga sugi. Okay, Tarhat Abdul Karim. Okay, kaysa isang correspondence natin po dyan sa Cotabato City, no? Okay, go ahead, Tarhata. Anong
Yes, maraming salamat, Sir Abs. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. And isang magandang gabi po sa lahat ng ating mga tagapakinig dito sa ADLSNTV News Online, Servisyo Publiko, Tinig ng Mamamayan, dito sa lungsod ng Cotabato at sa buong bayan ng Zamboanga City. Sorry.
Go ahead.
At sa ating ulat mula sa ating mga area of responsibility, for Bangsamoro cities and municipalities competitiveness summit, the best among creative cities and municipality ito ay sinagawa sa Emanor Convention Hall, Cotabato City. Ito ay naging matagumpay ang sunod-sunod na kompetisyon at pag-angat ng Cotabato dito sa lungsod. Also, dito sa Camiguineo del Norte at muling pinatunayan ng Cotabato City Government ang pangunguna sa larangan ng competitiveness or top 1 in competitiveness matapos makuha ang pinakamataas na parangal sa lahat ng haligi ng kompetisyon sa ika-4 na Cities and Municipalities Competitiveness Index or CMCI Summit. Best among the BARM. Ito ay ginanap sa 18 ng Enero na 2024, dito sa Ibrahim Hall, Hotels and Restaurant. Ito ay kasabay din ito ang tagumpay nung nakaraang taon sa ilalim ng pamumuno ng administrasyon para sa lahat, Mayor Muhammad de la Cruz Bruce Matabalo. Ang CMCI na isinumplo ng Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, Ministry of Trade, Investments and Tourism or BARM-MTIT at ng Department of Trade and Industry Competitiveness, DORIO, DTI, The CBI patuloy na nagbibigay ng pagkilala sa mga lungsod at munisipalidad na nagpapakita ng natatanging pag-unlad sa ekonomiya, pati na rin sa pamamahala, maging ang infrastruktura at resilience. Yan yung apat na natatanging pag-unlad sa Bangsamoro Region. So, ang pagkamit muli ng Cotabato City ng pinakamataas na marka sa buong kategorya ng kompetisyon ito ay simbolo umano ng patuloy na dedikasyon at pagsisikap sa ilalim ng administrasyon para sa lahat, at ito ay sa panguna ni Mayor Matabalaw or Mayor Bruce Matabalaw. Ito rin ay nagpapasimbolo ng isang matatag na pundasyon at mahusay na pamamahala na nagbibigay daan sa sustainable development and even the holistic growth. Ayon sa mensahe na pinahayag ni Mayor Matabalaw, ang kanyang malalim na pasasalamat o taus-pusong pasasalamat at pangako para sa mas magandang kinabukasan. Ang sunod-sunod umano na tagumpay na ito ay patunay ng ating collective strength at commitment para sa isang mas maganda at mas kompetitibong Cotabato City. Kaya sa bawat pagkilala ay nagbibigay inspirasyon kay Mayor Bruce Matabara upang lalo pang magpatuloy ito, hindi lamang para panatilihin ang kanyang posisyon, kundi para itaas ang antas ng serbisyo at dedikasyon sa bawat Cotabateño ayon pa kay Mayor. At ang patuloy na pag-angat ng Cotabato City ay ito ay nagtatakda ng isang magandang halimbawa at inspirasyon para sa iba pang mga lungsod at munisipalidad sa BARM na nagpapakita ng tamang gabay, pagkakaisa at suporta ng komunidad. Ang sustainable na pag-unlad at pagbabago ay tunay na abot kamay na. Samantala, ayon naman sa panayam namin kay Mayor Freddy Mangudadato ng munisipyo ng Mangudadato, nakaugnay pa rin sa isinagawang 4th Bangsamoro City and Municipality Summit based sa Mundo Marm. Ito lamang Huwebes, ika-18 ng Enero taong 2024, kaniyang pinasasalamatan ang ating liderato dito sa BARM region. Walang iba kundi si Minister Ahulgala Malhats, kay Mayor Bruce Matabalaw, dahil ang Pangudadato Munisipalidad ay kabilang sa mga munisipyo na tumanggap din ng mga parangal mula sa DTI at NTIT BARM. Ayon kay Pangudadato Municipal Mayor si Honorable Mayor Freddy O.G. Pangudadato, taos-puso nagpapasalamat sa nasabing programa pagkat isa rin nakapasok din ito sa top municipality at hindi na pag-iwanan ng ang kanyang bayan. Samantala sa iba pang ulat, pagsunod sa City Ordinance number 4478, ito ay natalakay ng mga nagtitinda ng karne sa Cotabato City. Ayon naman sa pahina ni Mayor Bruce Matabalaw, sa ngayon ang pag-init ng araw ay nagsagawa ng mahalagang pulong ng mga nagtitinda ng karne at lechon sa Cotabato City. Ang layunin ng pulong ay tsekin ang mahigpit na pagsunod sa City Ordinance number 448. Ang ordinasang ito ay nagtatakda ng mga alituntunin sa pagkatay, pagpasok, pagbebenta at pag-iwas sa iligal na kakatay ng karne sa lungsod ng Cotabato. Kasama sa pagpupulong ang pagbibigay din sa kahalagahan ng Meat Inspection Certificate or MIC. Pinahayag ni Dr. Malcontento ang kahalagahan ng sertifikasyon at seguridad sa karne, lalo na sa mga dokumento at security seal na kailangan sa pag-transport ng karne mula sa labas-pasok ng lungsod. Ang pulong na yaon ay isang hakbang patungo sa mas ligtas at mas mapanagot na pagsasagawa ng negosyo sa larangan ng pagbebenta ng karne para sa kalusugan at kagalingan ng bawat Cotabateños.
Ahead.
Samantala sa karagdat, 3rd Cardiovascular Surgical Mission ay sinagawa sa Cotabato Regional Medical Center mula noong January 14 hanggang ngayong January 20, 2024. Ito ay kasabay nitong January 14 ang socialization and fellowship night para sa mga empleyado upang bigyan ng parangal at pakilala ng kanilang serbisyo award. Nagkaroon din ito ng mga dance, singing, intermission number ng iba't ibang staff ng CRNC at may kanya-kanyang galing at talento bilang hindi lang manggagamot. Anya, kailangan din magkaroon ng extracurricular activities bilang pakiisa sa selebrasyon at hindi lang nakapokus sa medical work or sa kanilang trabaho kung nagkaroon din sila ng physical fitness bilang staff ng naturang mga pagamutan. Nagpapasalamat naman si Dr. Ismael Dimarin.
Okay, dito muna, no? Okay, pakinggan natin po ang pera ro ng kano ay pupunta po sa China. Bakit ko masuki, no? Okay, unang itong parinig ko sa inyo, no? Ang pera law ng ang Amerika ay American money is flowing into China. China's military and the congressman is speaking out. Okay, pakinggan natin, no? Sige. Ayan. Bakit nawala? Talagang. Okay. Ulitin natin, no? Isang congressman ba ito?
American money is flowing into China's military. Lawmakers said they have the power to limit exports to China and block U.S. dollars from helping Beijing's military. But is it enough? A House panel breaks it down. Scientists saying stop the madness. Reports of China's new research on a mutant COVID-19 strain sparking concerns among experts and officials. TikTok getting sued again. Iowa is the latest U.S. state to face off against the social media app. More on the allegations officials are bringing. And 18 Chinese fighter jets soaring near Taiwan.
Okay, meron ng sa US, no? Meron social media act. Okay, dapat din sa meron na ba rito sa atin? Okay, sa social media act. Okay, dapat tayo ito may mga mayroon mga karapantang benepisyo ba? Okay. Meron na mga sadyang kusa. Okay, ang magbigay ng pamahalaan sa atin, no? Okay, karapatang, tama ba 'yon? Karapatang. Okay, karapatang mga suki, no? Okay. Tayo practice po sa mga platform ng news online, dapat po ay compensated, no? Okay. Hindi ba voluntaryo? Ayan. So, yung mga legit katulad namin, katulad ko ay corporation na dapat may tulong po ang mga pamahalaan, no? Okay. Sige. Okay. Alam mo itong network ko, ang kulang na lang po transmitter, no? O kung meron lang po mga 5 million ngayon palagay ko makapatayon ako ng transmitter, no? Ito ang kulang. Okay. Mag-comply na lang po mga suki, no? Transmitter. Okay, at saka mga repeater, dapat may repeater mga suki, no? Ayan. Meron lang po mga 5 million, wala. lipad na itong hindi na kaya habulin mga suki, no? Ayan.
Marking the first major military activity by Beijing following Taiwan's presidential election. What's the message?
Okay, ulitin natin, no? Parang naputol yung una.
American money is flowing into China's military. Lawmakers said they have the power to limit exports to China and block U.S. dollars from helping Beijing's military. But is it enough? A House panel breaks it down. Scientists saying stop the madness. Reports of China's new research on a mutant COVID-19 strain sparking concerns among experts and officials. TikTok getting sued again. Iowa is the latest U.S. state to face off against the social media app. More on the allegations officials are bringing. And 18 Chinese fighter jets.
Ano, ang ganda. Okay, Iowa social media app. Okay, meron na sa kanila, no? Okay, ano kaya nangyari dito sa Pilipinas? Okay. Ayan. Dapat magkaroon ito ng mga social media act, no? Sige.
Soaring near Taiwan, marking the first major military activity by Beijing following Taiwan's presidential election. What's the message?
Okay, isang beses pa. Tatlong beses pa kasi ako pag maghahawak ng ganito.
American money is flowing into China's military. Lawmakers said they have the power to limit exports to China and block U.S. dollars from helping Beijing's military. But is it enough? A House panel breaks it down. Scientists saying stop the madness. Reports of China's new research on a mutant COVID-19 strain sparking concerns among experts and officials. TikTok getting sued again. Iowa is the latest U.S. state to face off against the social media app. More on the allegations officials are bringing. And 18 Chinese fighter jets soaring near Taiwan, marking the first major military activity by Beijing following Taiwan's presidential election. What's the message?
Okay, tama na po, no? Ayan. So, okay, nabigay natin po mga suki yung balita yun, no? Okay.
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
Okay, break muna tayo and then dagdagan natin ang balita, no? Okay. Ayan po. Okay, ang time check natin ay 30 minutos. Alas 8 na po mga kababayan, no? Pasado alas 8. Okay. Anong susunod na balita mga kababayan, no? Okay, problema na tayo dito sa Zamboanga. Okay, Zamboanga City Water District start water rationing. The West Coast Central District, no? Okay, paunti-unti ay problema na tayo sa agwa. Okay, sa tubig po mga kababayan, no? Ayan, basahin po natin ang detalye ng balita ito. Okay, para ano ba, La Nina o El Nino? La Nina mga suki, no? Ayan. So, basahin natin ang detalye ng balita ito, no? Okay, the Zamboanga City Water District on Friday started implementing a water rationing scheme for West Coast Barangay, including the city center district. Okay, Zamboanga City Water District General Manager Ray Cabilin disclosed the water rationing scheme. Okay, naayos na po mga suki, no? Okay, sandali lang.
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
Okay, basahin po natin ng nakadugtong ng balita ito. Supposed to take place last December, but was postponed when rain was experienced at the city's water surge area. However, Cabilin said the lack of a rainfall in the West Coast area for several days now led to the drastic drop of water supply in the Dumalun River, which is the source of the bulk water supply system of a prime water infrastructure corporation, no? Privado na palang maghawak ng tubig natin, no? Effective January 12, 2024, the Water District implemented the water rationing scheme to address the water supply shortage in the West Coast area and a part of the Central District area, Cabilin Baird. Okay, the Zamboanga City Water District managers said the rationing of water aim to provide the equitable water to key West Coast areas from 11 to 12 hour and from 10 to 11 hour per day in the central area. No? He appealed to water concessionaire the affected areas to use water judiciously and also for patient and understanding. According to Cabilin, the Prime Water Infrastructure Corporation is providing 45 MLD. Anong MLD? Okay, water to the West Coast, barangays, including the central district of the city during a normal time. However, its water production has declined by 10% due to the incoming drought. Okay, the Zamboanga City Water District managers thus call the residents to store. Okay, kailangan ng pondo, no? To store water as rationing might continue, especially with the coming El Nino, no? Akala ko La Nina. El Nino pala mga suki, mga kababayan, na? Okay, so yan po ang ang problema po sa tubig dito sa Zamboanga, no? Ang West Coast po medyo hindi naman pero medyo shortage na po. Ayan. Okay, medyo shortage na, no? Ang time natin, ang oras natin 36 minutos alas 8 po mga kababayan, na? Okay. Sige po mga kababayan, na? Okay. Ito po. Okay, may sound ba? Ayan. Okay, basta may sound pumasukin, no? Ayan. Kailangan magpalit po ng kuan ito, no? Speaker. Okay. Hindi lang maasikaso mga kababayan, na? Okay, tingnan natin po kung anong tayo po ni President Joe Biden sa problema sa Gaza, no? O baka latest ito. Okay, pakinggan natin.
Cause. Well, let's speak to Stephanie Decker. She joins us now from occupied East Jerusalem. Steph, just picking up on what Alan was reporting there, this disagreement over a Palestinian future. We are now seeing seemingly a more public rift emerging between the White House and Israel.
Yes, I mean, the bottom line is it really only is the Americans that have the power to put real pressure on Israel to actually perhaps, be able to change the course. But we haven't seen that. You have the Americans very publicly since the beginning supporting Israel and its right to defense. It's used its veto in the UN Security Council. So now what you're seeing is, you mentioned there, an increasingly public disagreement when it comes to the political future, to the next step. Now, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made it very clear that he does not consider that a possibility at all for an independent Palestinian state. We heard him reiterate that again yesterday, not in those words, but saying that the day after for Gaza meant Israel being in full control of its borders and being in control of everything that goes in and out. So I think, the bigger picture is that we've never been further away from a Palestinian state. The last time talks happened with the Americans involved was 10 years ago. And even then, it was only about talking about what potentially could be discussed. So not dealing with the major sticking points like, the right of return, borders, East Jerusalem. All these difficult things weren't even touched at that point, and those collapsed after an intensive shuttle diplomacy between, at the time, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry. And Palestinians will tell you that the last 10 years have only solidified the occupation, losing more and more land. And now you have, in this government, members who actively live in the occupied West Bank, who call for the expansion of settlements, who call for the right to pray at the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, changing the status quo. So you can see the dynamics when it comes to Israeli politics and who is in charge now, and why you have such pushback on the idea of a future Palestinian state.
Well, there are domestic rifts too, right? Steph, there's a vote of no confidence in the works against Netanyahu. You were telling us earlier that's not likely to go anywhere?
Yes, because of the numbers, Netanyahu and his coalition hold 64 seats of the 120-seat Knesset. This is the Israeli parliament. A vote of no confidence would need 61. That's not going to happen. But I think what you can take away from that is that there is unhappiness in the politics here with the way he's leading the country, not just from opposition parties, but also from within his war cabinet. We have the National Unity Party only joined this cabinet, it has to be said, the war cabinet, because of the idea of national unity during this time. We heard from Gadi Eisenkot that he is an observer member of the war cabinet. He's also a former military chief of staff, so this is a man with extensive military knowledge and experience, coming out on Israeli media saying that anyone who tells you that Hamas can be eliminated militarily is lying, and that real compromises need to be made to reach a deal to get them out, because at the moment, Netanyahu's policy when it comes to returning the captives alive is a military one. So again, you have these challenges that he's facing, and also increasingly more and more voices from the ground, from the people, tens of thousands coming out on the streets, not only in opposition to the way he is leading to try and bring the hostages home, but also simply the fact that they don't believe in his leadership anymore.
Stephanie Decker there with the latest for us from occupied East Jerusalem. Thank you, Steph.
Okay, tapos na po mga kababayan. Ayan. Okay, break ko muna. And then itong isang voice parinig pa rin natin, no?
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
בכל הסדר בעתיד הנראה לעין, עם הסדר, בלי הסדר, מדינת ישראל.
Okay, si Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu opposes the establishment of Palestinian state, mga kababayan, no? Okay, ayaw niya. Okay, pakinggan natin, no? Okay. So, maliwanag po. Ayan.
בכל הסדר בעתיד הנראה לעין, עם הסדר, בלי הסדר, מדינת ישראל חייבת לשלוט ביטחונית על כל השטח מערבית הירדן. זה תנאי הכרחי, וזה מתנגש עם רעיון הריבונות, מה לעשות? את האמת הזאת אני אומר לידידינו האמריקנים, ואני גם בלמתי את הניסיון לכפות עלינו מציאות שתפגע בביטחון ישראל. ראש ממשלה בישראל צריך להיות מסוגל להגיד לא גם לטובי הידידים שלנו, להגיד לא כשצריך ולהגיד כן שאפשר. בכל הסדר בעתיד הנראה לעין, עם הסדר, בלי הסדר, מדינת ישראל חייבת לשלוט ביטחונית על כל השטח מערבית הירדן. זה תנאי הכרחי, וזה מתנגש עם רעיון הריבונות, מה לעשות? את האמת הזאת אני אומר לידידינו האמריקנים, ואני גם בלמתי את הניסיון לכפות עלינו מציאות שתפגע בביטחון ישראל. ראש ממשלה בישראל צריך להיות מסוגל להגיד לא גם לטובי הידידים שלנו, להגיד לא כשצריך ולהגיד כן שאפשר. בכל הסדר בעתיד הנראה לעין, עם הסדר, בלי הסדר, מדינת ישראל חייבת לשלוט ביטחונית על כל השטח מערבית הירדן. זה תנאי הכרחי, וזה מתנגש עם רעיון הריבונות, מה לעשות? את האמת הזאת אני אומר לידידינו האמריקנים, ואני גם בלמתי את הניסיון לכפות עלינו מציאות שתפגע בביטחון ישראל. ראש ממשלה בישראל צריך להיות מסוגל להגיד לא גם לטובי הידידים שלנו, להגיד לא כשצריך ולהגיד כן שאפשר. בכל הסדר בעתיד הנראה לעין, עם הסדר, בלי הסדר, מדינת ישראל חייבת לשלוט ביטחונית על כל השטח. זה תנאי הכרחי, וזה מתנגש עם רעיון הריבונות, מה לעשות? את האמת הזאת אני אומר לידידינו האמריקנים, ואני גם בלמתי את הניסיון לכפות עלינו מציאות שתפגע בביטחון ישראל. ראש ממשלה בישראל צריך להיות מסוגל להגיד לא גם לטובי הידידים שלנו, להגיד לא כשצריך ולהגיד כן שאפשר. בכל הסדר בעתיד הנראה לעין, עם הסדר, בלי הסדר, מדינת ישראל חייבת לשלוט ביטחונית על כל השטח מערבית הירדן.
Okay, maraming hinihingi po mga kababayan, pati Jordan River, okay, may mga kondisyones, okay, hiningi po si Benjamin Netanyahu, no? Okay, pati dito sa West Bank, okay, the Jordan River, ay marami siyang hiniling po rito mga suki sa propose, okay, ng establishment of a Palestinian state, mga kababayan, no? Okay. Okay, sandali lang. Itong naman South Africa sue US, UK for complicity in Gaza genocide, no? Okay, pakinggan natin ito. Okay, at least may bansang maglakas loob. Okay, para kasuhan itong mga powerful nation sa mundo, mga suki, no? Okay, isang dalawang bansa ito, US at saka UK, isang mga superpower, mga suki, no? So magpasalamat tayo na mayroong bansa katulad ng South Africa ay matapang ang kalooban po mag-file ng mga kaso ito, no? Okay, tingnan natin po itong paliwanag nila. Ayan.
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice, monster voice.
Okay, pupunta na tayo, no? And then wala na rin tayo oras. Pag matapos ito, paalam tayo. Ayaw. Naku, nawala na. Okay. Ito na. Ayaw. Okay, hindi po ma-open, no? Wala tayong magawa. Sige po, ayaw po ma-open. Ito na lang tayo, no? Ayan.
He obviously got in there to put the explosives down to do it in a way that they couldn't. Again.
Journalist Matt Lee confronted U.S. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller over the demolition of a Palestinian university by the Israeli forces.
And the last one, based on Saeed's question about the demolition of the university. I don't know if you've seen the video. It's pretty widely available. But it certainly looks, I mean, it looks like a controlled demolition. It looks like what we do here in this country when we're taking down an old hotel or a stadium. And you have nothing to say? You have nothing to say about that? I mean, to do that kind of an explosion, you need to be in there. You have to put the explosives down, and it takes a lot of planning and preparation to do. And if there was a threat from this particular facility, they wouldn't have been able to do it.
So I have seen the video. I can tell you that it is something we are raising with the government of Israel, as we often do when we see to ask questions and find out what the underlying situation is, as we often do when we see reports of this nature. But I'm not able to characterize the actual facts on the ground before hearing that response.
Yeah, but you saw the video.
I did see the video. I don't know.
It looks like a bridge being imploded.
I don't know what was under that building. I don't know what was inside.
It doesn't matter what was under the building because they obviously got in there to put the explosives down to do it in the way that they did.
Again, I'm glad you have factual certainty about it. I just don't.
All I have is what I saw in the video.
I just don't.
And I think you guys saw it too.
We did see it. I can say that we have raised it with
And
the
it's not
government.
troubling to you?
We are always troubled by any degradation of civilian infrastructure in Gaza, but without knowing the actual underlying circumstances, I'm a little hesitant, I think for reasons that should be understandable, to pass definitive judgment on it from this podium.
Israel's relentless military offensive in Gaza has resulted in a staggering death toll, with over 24,000 Palestinians, predominantly women and children, killed since October 7. The persistent bombing and ground invasion have left an indelible mark, demolishing more than 70% of Gaza and forcibly displacing millions
Female
from their
voice.
homes.
Male voice. Lolly voice. Monster voice.
Okay, mga grupo po ng journalists ay kukonfront nila po ang itong State Department, US State Department, no? Dami kasi.
Female voice. Male voice. Lolly voice. Monster voice.
Okay, ang bansa natin po, ang Pilipinas po ay PH to borrow more from domestic market to raise 2.2. No, sorry po, no? 2.46 trillion pesos, no? Okay, ulitin ko, baka kamali, no? Philippines to borrow more from domestic market to raise 2.46 trillion pesos, no? Okay. So, maghanap naman tayo ng pera, mga suki, no? Ayan. Okay, basahin ba natin ang detalye nito, no? Ayan. Kahit konti lang. Okay, kahit konti, kaya na hindi matapos, no? Okay, wala na akong oras. Okay, the Philippine government would be relying heavily on the domestic front to raise over 2 billion pesos in borrowing this year to beef up the state's copper. Bakit naubos na, no? Okay, naubos po ng pondo natin po sa state copper. Okay. In a statement on Friday, the Department of Finance said the country's total borrowing requirement this year stood at a 2.46 trillion pesos. So, mangutang po si Rector naman, mga suki, no? Okay, mangutang po si Secretary Rector. Ayan. Okay. Utang-utang, mga suki, no? Ayan. Okay, the data from the Department of Budget and Management, budget of expenditure, and sources of financing for fiscal year 2024 showed the borrowing program for the year was pegged at 2.46 trillion pesos, higher than 2.207 trillion pesos borrowing program in 2023. Oh, no? Mas mataas po mga suki, no? For the year borrowing program, the Department of Finance and the government will continue to adopt a 75, 25 borrowing mix in favor of domestic sources. Ayan po mga suki, no? Ayan. This prudent debt management strategy would allow the country to effectively mitigate foreign exchange risk. They take advantage of the standard liquidity of the country's financial system and support the development of local debt and capital markets according to the Finance Department. The borrowing plan was presented during the Department of Finance briefing session on the strategic financing program for 2024, led by Finance Secretary Ralph Recto at the Bureau of Treasury, BTR, office on January 17, 2024, no? Okay, may oras pa ba? Ay, wala na po mga suki. Ayan. So, utang tayo po sa domestic sources mga suki mga kababayan, na. Ayan. So, ayan. Tapusan lang natin. Kunti lang ito, no? Okay, to raise the borrowing requirement fund, the Department of Finance said the Treasury was targeting to issue the 30th tranche of its reserve treasury bond, mag-issue naman ng bond, RTB, within the first quarter, according po sa DOF, no? The RTBs encourage ordinary Filipino to start investing in a stable sources of a passive income while promoting a financial inclusion to further this agenda. The BTR is looking to engage a more digital finance platform, allowing the BTR to reach a wider investor base, it said. As of the end of November 2023, the country's sovereign debt stood at a new record high of 14.51 trillion pesos, up 0.19% from 14.48 trillion pesos seen at the end of October 2023. Ayan po mga suki, na. The country's debt to gross domestic product GDP ratio, which measure the amount of the government debt relative to the size of the economy, improved to 60.2% as of the third quarter of the year from 61% the second quarter. This came after the faster economic growth seen in the same period of 5.9% from 4.3% in the second quarter. Lower debt to GDP ratio indicates that the countries can pay off its debt without having adverse impact on the economy. Under the administration medium-term fiscal framework, the government aimed to bring down the debt to GDP ratio to less than 60% by 2025 and further shrink it to 51.1%, ulitin ko, to 51.1% by 2028. Okay, tingnan natin po kung ma-achieve, no? Okay, bagong sekretaryo po ay Ralph Recto, mga suki. So, yan po ang kasaysayan po pakutang natin sa domestic. Okay, source of borrowing, mga suki. Itong 2024, mga suki, na? Okay, wala na kong oras. Tapos na. Ito na po. Ayan.
Female voice, male voice, lolly voice.
Awesome! 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 Okay, wala akong programa bukas, no? Dito po ay mabalik tayo sa Monday. Tingnan natin po kung mga kababayan mo kung ano ang Monday naman, no? Okay. Dito po sa Consolidated News natin na okay, sa weekend report ay nagtapos na. Okay? Sa ngayon, no? Nagtapos na ngayon. Okay? 9 minutos po pasado alas 9 na ang oras natin. Okay, kasalukuyan, no? Okay. Dito po sa online platform po ng ADLSNTV News Corporation. Okay, pati na rin. Okay. Ay tinutulungan po ng Mind of Global Food Lines, mga kababayan, no? Corporation. Okay, dito sa programa Halo-Halo Special, Opinion, Balita, di ba pa? Kasama po Serbisyo Publiko, Tinig ng Mamamayan, and then Sumbungan ng Mamamayan. Okay? Yan po ang news natin na sa gabi ng Friday Weekend News. Okay. Okay, paalam tayo. Wala tayong masamang tinapay. Lagi naman ay sinasabi natin wala tayong masamang tinapay sa programa natin. And then magbalik tayo ng Monday. Okay? So, paalam na, no? Pag this has been Habs Damahan lamang po, mga kababayan. Bye-bye na. Okay.
Monster voice, female voice, male voice, lolly voice. Monster voice.